why we should never judge our feelings or emotions. So you have to embrace your human side. You cannot reach your god side. You cannot, reach your god or goddess side unless and until you embrace your human side. So it's very important that you do not judge your feelings and emotions. Let them be. Let them come on the surface. If you're feeling bitterness, if you're feeling jealousy, if you're feeling a hatred, if you're feeling any kind of negative emotion, yes, the very first thing to realize, on your spiritual path is that you don't want these negative emotions in you, you know, because if you really look carefully, one thing is these negative emotions, they're really heavy. They make you suck into, the density. They make you suck into heaviness. Okay. So one thing, when I see it for myself, is how I see it. That I don't want these negative energies. And these details, nobody's going to tell you, but how much these details are important, you have no idea. These details are going to make up our external reality, right? We all are working in the external to make up our external reality, but the key, the real key, unlocking external reality is our internal reality. It's so important that you keep yourself pure and, light, you know. So even if this negative emotion, first of all we should know that these negative emotions are, you don't want that, right? So when you know that you don't want that, the next step would be to just let them be, right? The paradox of it is that you just let them be. Let them, all these emotions come up. Don't feel guilty, ashamed, or anything of that sort. When you find yourself in these negative emotions, even shame and guilt itself is a negative emotion. So let all of these negative emotions, that you don't like, that your body doesn't like it, you don't like in yourself, let them come up. Let them come surface in your conscious mind, but and embrace your human side completely. You can feel hurt, you can feel disappointment, you can feel anger. It's all completely fine. You're human, right? So embrace your human side. And now the trick to go to your goddess side is that don't act upon it. Okay, these, see them all as energies. Don't see everything as good and bad, light and dark. No, see them as, potential energies. So if you feel anger, it's energy. Don't try to put them into boxes. If you feel hatred, it's an energy. So now, what somebody else has thrown at you, you can really use that energy up. Because if somebody is, has done something to you, and he has exchanged some energy with you, and that energy is, you might feel love, you might feel hatred, you might feel disappointment, whatever. So those are energies. Okay, now you are, now how to move to your goddess or god side. See them as energy. See them as, you know have you learned about alchemists? They say they, alchemist is the one who change, who transforms, the gold, the metals into a reasonable shape. So that is how you move from human side to your god side. First of all, don't act upon it. Let them be. Okay, and just get into your imagination of some sort. Just close your eyes, feel that energy, and just do whatever you want to do with that energy in your imagination. Maybe you can change it into love. You can alchemize into love and give it to yourself, give it to every cell of your body. Trust me, this imaginations, these work. Okay, you know it's not some childlike thing to do. These imaginations, they really work. Okay, so just sit with your eyes closed and just try to, um, maybe imagine, all these, if you're feeling hatred, let's say, so it's a fire. Okay, so imagine yourself, burning in a fire, but yet not be burned by it. You're feeling the warmth, you're feeling that energy of warmth, and you may use that energy, use that fire up with your hands. You can imagine anything you want, and then you can just put it inside yourself. you know you can just make that fire into just some little fire and put it inside yourself, which is giving your system more energy. Or whatever you want to imagine, man, you can just imagine. Use your imagination faculties. Okay, what is that for? Embrace your human side. Do not judge any feelings, even guilt, shame, everything. And just make sure, you know that you don't want to be in it. This is so important. The desire of not being in this negative emotion is so important. Since nobody is teaching us internal transformation, doesn't mean that it should not exist. you know so it's very important that we take care of our inner emotions. Whenever, just take a day off, maybe from your office or something. You don't always have to be ill to take a leave from office. Come on, take it. If you're not feeling good, it's fine. Use that one day for a spiritual growth. You don't have to always wait to get ill to take a leave, right? So just, you know rather, more planned leaves you're going to have, the more unplanned leaves you will have to take. Okay, so yeah. So I know, I don't think so I'm teaching something irrelevant here, but yes, I mean, that's also sometimes important. So what I meant to say is that embrace your human side. Okay, you don't have to give up on, you know वो कहते हैं ना वो त्याग दो, हेट्रेड को त्याग दो, एंगर को ऐसे कैसे त्याग दें यार? फील हो रहा है ना, तो फील करो. बी ह्यूमन. ओके, यू आर ह्यूमन. एम्ब्रेस योर ह्यूमन साइड. ऐसे कैसे त्याग दो भैया? फील इट completely, and yet do not be driven by it. That is God. Okay, your you being God is, don't be driven by it. Use that energies as, alchemize it into something. Imagine that energy giving energy to you in good ways. Okay, move into your imagination. Imagine anything that you like. Okay, what I do usually is I imagine the people I admire. I imagine the people I admire, and I am sitting in front of them. So they are usually my gurus or something. So I'm sitting in front of them, and I'm using this energy for, I feel very happy and positive and safe in their space. So I imagine these people I admire, and then I use all of this energy for myself. And sometimes I even give it to Mother Earth to heal her itself. I give it to the trees and anything that I'm imagining in my brain. Okay, so yeah, you don't always have to, you know sit in those negative emotions, release those negative emotions, instead use those negative emotions. So yeah, so this is also very important. So never judge yourself for feeling any negative emotion first. Okay, second point, make sure that you want to get rid away of them. Why? Because your body doesn't like it, your mind doesn't like it. आपको शांति नहीं मिलती है ना, नहीं मिलती है शांति अगर आप नेगेटिव इमोशंस में ज़्यादा रहते हो तो. So second thing is the desire of not wanting them in your body, in your mind space, soul space. And then the third one is that you alchemize it. Now you become the god. Okay, and sometimes I just take a day off or something, and I feel all my fears and insecurities, and what I do with them is that I just let them happen. Okay, I sit with my fears and insecurities, and I just see them, all of them. And sometimes just one day is more than enough. And I mean, of course, it has taken me a lot of practice to make it to one day. Sometimes there are 2-3 days I'm feeling it all together, but gradually I've seen that my day quotas are like reducing, in you know taking my emotions and feelings on the surface level from my subconscious unconscious mind to my surface level, and then clarifying all those. Okay, so ये सब feelings, fears, insecurities, ये सब आपके subconscious unconscious mind में होती है, और आप इसे surface करवाते हैं. किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया तो ये trigger हो गया and वो surface पे आ जाता है. तो let it come on the surface, let it be. Don't judge yourself. Just make sure you always keep it in your mind that you're not that emotion. You're pure being. You're a child of God. You don't have to act in fear. Okay, मैंने एक स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी करी है. मतलब एक आई फील दैट मैंने एक स्पेशल माइलस्टोन अचीव किया है. अचीव नहीं होता. It's not spirituality achievement नहीं होती है. I have um, I have come to my home is what I want to say. Yeah, that's beautiful. You know, आप कहाँ जाओगे? अचीवमेंट नहीं होती. अचीवमेंट होता है कि आप कहीं और जा रहे हो. बट मैं तो अपने घर आई हूँ. You know, it's more of like I've come back to my own home. It's not an achievement feeling. It's a feeling of rest, peace. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good in my own body, in my own skin, in my own mind, in my own soul. So that's how spiritual milestone is like. एंड ये किसी के लिए नहीं होता, किसी को दिखाने के लिए नहीं होता, सब आप अपने लिए करते हो ना. सो या व्हाट आई मेंट बाय दैट इज़ दैट सिंस आई हैव कम होम, you know, I feel that I think I just completely lost a tangent what I was trying to speak. I'll have to watch this video again and then add up. Sorry. So what I was trying to say is that yes, since I have, you know, crossed a milestone, I've reached my own home. I've not reached yet, but I've become, you know, I'm more closer to my home is how I feel now. And since I am, you know, at a stage that, you know, still, you know, it's not like my fears and insecurities or, you know, negative emotions and everything have just gone out completely. No, they haven't. You know, they still come up, but I'm so much better in managing them, you know, because I know that I don't have to be driven by them. So I let these fears, insecurities, you know, just so, and sometimes it's like I leave everything and I just stay in those denser energies for a moment. I just stay in those. It's like it's fine. Sometimes they just come up to leave, okay, your body, your mind, your soul. So it's you have to hear yourself, you know, how do you feel about it, you know, how do you want to. My mind and body is like sit with them, and I sit with them. I sit with these fears and insecurities, and I just, you know, I let it happen, you know, and I tell myself I don't have to act in this. No, never. बेसिकली कहने का ये मतलब है कि ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप, you know, मतलब आप बहुत ज़्यादा स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी भी कवर कर लो, तब भी ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको ये नेगेटिव इमोशंस कभी फील ही नहीं होंगे. ये नेगेटिव इमोशंस कई बार आ ही जाते हैं, यू नो, बिकॉज आपने हमेशा, क्योंकि आपने जितना टाइम तक आप, यू नो, जितना टाइम तक आप अपने घर में नहीं रहे हो, यू नो, आप अपनी स्पिरिचुअल बीइंग में नहीं, यू नो, रहने की आपको आदत नहीं है, तो उतना ही, यू नो, आपने पैटर्न्स और गलत चीज़ें ऑब्जॉर्व करी हैं अपने अंदर, यू नो. सो अब उनको निकालने में टाइम लगता है, ओके. इट्स नॉट ईजी दैट दे जस्ट गो अवे, यू नो. बट वन थिंग दैट यू डू इज डोंट जज योरसेल्फ एट ऑल. लेट देम बी एंड, you know, it will all wash away, okay. Don't act in anger, you know. और कुछ लोग कहते हैं सप्रेस कर दो एंगर. सप्रेस नहीं करना यार, सप्रेस नहीं करना है. सप्रेस करना इज़ बैड, यू नो. अगर आपने सप्रेस किया तो एंगर वहाँ आएगा जब आपके लव्ड वंस पे आप एंग्री हो जाओगे, यू नो. आप यू विल गेट एंग्री ऑन योर लव्ड वंस, और यू विल जस्ट, you know, or you will take it out on, you know, places and spaces where it wasn't needed, you know. अपना एंगर तब निकालो. सप्रेस नहीं करना होता, कुछ भी सप्रेस नहीं करना होता. let them all come out, embrace it, and say to yourself, I am not this, I am the child of the God, I am a pure being, I am a spiritual being. I was never this when I came to earth, you know. Before I was never this, and you were never this, okay. You have taken it over lifetimes or something else. I'm just sorry about the background voice. So yeah, this is what I mean by that. Let me know in the comment section, what do you do when you feel yourself in negative emotions? Have you even thought about it? What should we do something about when we feel in negative emotions? Just because nobody is teaching us doesn't mean that we don't have to do it for ourselves, you know.